السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة. حي على الصلاة. حي على الفلاح. حي على الفلاح. الله أكبر الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله.
الحمد لله رب العالمين. الحمد لله كما ينبغي لجلال وجهه وعظيم سلطانه. الحمد لله عدد خلقه ورضا نفسه وزنة عرشه ومداد كلماته. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، يقول عز وجل في كتابه: يا أيها الذين آمنوا من يرتد منكم عن دينه فسوف يأتي الله بقوم يحبهم ويحبونه، أذلة على المؤمنين أعزة على الكافرين، يجاهدون في سبيل الله ولا يخافون لومة لائم. وأشهد أن محمدًا عبده ورسوله. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد في الأولين، وصل عليه في الآخرين، وصل عليه في الملأ الأعلى إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد. Dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. One of the main issues that face Muslims in the West, and sometimes in general with Muslims, is the sense of weakness, is the Wahn. You feel here, for example, you are living in the UK, you feel as if you are a second-class citizen or a third class. And sometimes when you travel abroad, okay, it's just because I'm a Muslim, and you have this sensation that you are weak. Wahn, as the Quran uses the word, you feel down, put it this way. You feel inferior sometimes. And this feeling in your heart is worse than anything else could happen to you. I remember one day there was a lecture given by Professor Jamal Badawi. He's a professor of Emirates in Canada. He's a very well-known scholar. I advise you all, if you just Google it, Jamal, Jamal Badawi, Baway, YouTube or writing in English. He's someone who will give you the thoughts, will give you someone who has lived all of his life in the West for 50 years. So one of the new Muslims asked him in a lecture, Islam is so great as far as I can see. Islam is a very good religion in all aspects. But when I look to the Muslims, whatever in the West, whatever in their countries, nothing to do with Islam. They are usually third world countries. They are fighting all the time. They are not developed. And when I see even in the West, they are typical copy and paste from their own countries. So why is this? If the Islam is that great, why is not reflected on the followers of Islam? His answer was very short and very convincing. He said, brother, you are taking the picture at the wrong time. Imagine you are in a car, and the car you are driving on a seaside, very nice view for the sea and for the mountain, and you decided to take the picture, and at the moment you are actually pressing the button to take the picture, the car went into a tunnel. So you take a picture of something black, the picture will come as black. Can you say, I was in a very nice place, I was driving miles and miles in a very nice view, and now it's just the tunnel? This is what we are. If you take the picture of the Muslim Ummah for 1,200 years, it will be a wonderful picture. It's only in the last 200 years when you start to see this decline in the Ummah. So we are taking the picture and making judgment on the Islam at the tunnel. So it's actually expressing this. It's not because of Islam. It's not also because of all Muslims, just because some of the Muslims, and unfortunately some of them might be in a leadership position, are actually taking the Ummah away from what it should be. So this feeling in your heart, inferior, is the worst thing you can have. Allah Azza wa Jalla is saying in the Quran, Surah Fatir, من كان يريد العزة فلله العزة جميعا. If you want the honor, Allah is the source of the honor. In Surah Al-Munafiqun, ولله العزة ولرسوله وللمؤمنين ولكن المنافقين لا يعلمون. The izzah, the pride, the dignity, the honor is for Allah and the Prophet and the believer. So the believer, the Muslim, is taking his source of honor from Allah Azza wa Jalla. This is why you are honored. ذلك بأن الله مولى الذين آمنوا وأن الكافرين لا مولى لهم. But if you are actually taking your honor, your dignity is from your relation with Allah Azza wa Jal. It's like a rope or a wire that linking you with Allah Azza wa Jal. How strong is this wire? So you can have this honor and this dignity. If we are saying that we are actually belonging to Allah and believing in Allah, taking our honor and dignity from Allah, and the rope that's linking us with Allah is very weak. We are cutting this relation with sins all the time. Imagine if someone of us, one of his relatives is a minister, but he has no relation with him, very weak relation. How much support he could actually expect to have from this minister? Nothing. If you are having a good relation, if you keep visiting him all the time, if you are giving him gifts, if you are having a chat with him, then you can ask him for a favor. We claim as a mu'min, as believer, that our relation with Allah Azza wa Jal is making us proud. But how this relation looks like? It's very weak, ya akhi. We have been actually making it weaker and weaker. We are not keen about strengthening this relation, this tie with Allah Azza wa Jal. Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam saying in the hadith, جاءني جبريل فقال يا محمد عش ما شئت فإنك ميت وأحبب من شئت فإنك مفارق واعمل ما شئت فإنك مجزي به واعلم أن شرف المؤمن قيام الليل وعزه في استغنائه عن الناس أو كما قال عليه الصلاة والسلام. Jibreel saying to the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, live how long you are going to live, you will die. And love whomever you are going to love, you will leave them and live all of this life. And do whatever you want, you will be accountable for what you are doing. And you have to comprehend, you have to know that the honor of the Muslim is in praying Qiyamul Layl. This is the honor. Are we honored? The honor of the Muslim is to pray at night. No one see you except Allah Azza wa Jal. Even 2 rak'ah. وَاعْلَمْ أَنَّ شَرَفَ الْمُؤْمِنِ قِيَامُ اللَّيْلِ. This is the honor. وَعِزُّهُ, and his dignity is coming when actually he doesn't have needs to the other. People want things from him, he doesn't want anything. All of his needs fulfilled by Allah Azza wa Jal. So this izzah of the Muslim, you have to have this feeling in your heart. You belong to Allah Azza wa Jal. You belong to the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Why you are feeling inferior? Why I can see some brothers, they are feeling slightly uneasy because his name is Muhammad. Or his surname is Muhammad. And he can say, my name is Mo. My name is Midi. My name is whatever. You know, he's trying to cover up that he's Muslim if possible. He feels shame that he's a Muslim. Why? Why I see sister wearing hijab and she trying to accommodate herself in the community and putting all of the makeup in the world, so she try to be something in between, something cute. If she can hide the hijab, she will hide it. Why? It is the honor. It is the honor of the Muslim. It is the dignity. It is the izzah of the Muslim. Why we are having this in our heart? We should feel that superiority that Allah Azza wa Jal wants us to feel it. And you only feel this if your ties, if your relation with Allah Azza wa Jal is very strong. Then you have this feeling. Then you feel this proud. Allah Azza wa Jal saying in Surah Al-Imran, وَلَا تَهِنُوا وَلَا تَحْزَنُوا وَأَنْتُمُ الْأَعْلَوْنَ إِن كُنْتُم مُؤْمِنِينَ. Don't weaken. Don't feel weak. Don't grieve. You are the superior. If you are a believer. So only if, in kuntum mu'minin, if you are true believer, you have this sensation in your heart. You feel supported by Allah Azza wa Jal. You feel belonging to Allah Azza wa Jal. And the whole ayah continued to talk about it. Until Allah Azza wa Jal came in the same surah, just only a few ayahs after that. وَكَأَيٍّ مِّن نَبِيٍّ قَاتَلَ مَعَهُ رِبِّيُّونَ كَثِيرٌ فَمَا وَهَنُوا لِمَا أَصَابَهُمْ فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ وَمَا ضَعُفُوا وَمَا اسْتَكَانُوا وَاللَّهُ يُحِبُّ الصَّابِرِينَ وَمَا كَانَ قَوْلَهُمْ إِلَّا أَنْ قَالُوا رَبَّنَا اغْفِرْ لَنَا ذُنُوبَنَا وَإِسْرَافَنَا فِي أَمْرِنَا وَثَبِّتْ أَقْدَامَنَا وَانْصُرْنَا عَلَى الْقَوْمِ الْكَافِرِينَ. By saying, how many prophets fighted with him, supported him, true companion, true believer. They never felt weak. They never gave up and say, I'm not going to do it anymore. I have been abused because I'm a Muslim. Someone shouted at me when I was praying coming out of the mosque. Someone was actually spitting on me when I'm wearing the hijab. No. فَمَا وَهَنُوا لِمَا أَصَابَهُمْ فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ. For the sake of this dunya, people are traveling across the Mediterranean to have a better life. People is working 12 hours. People is doing everything. I'm saying for the sake of Allah, لَا تَهِنُوا وَلَا تَحْزَنُوا وَأَنْتُمُ الْأَعْلَوْنَ إِن كُنْتُم مُؤْمِنِينَ. This feeling is because you belong to Allah Azza wa Jal. You have to insist about building the bridges of Allah Azza wa Jal. Hakim ibn Huzam, one of the companions of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he went to the market and he found a very nice dress. He asked, what's this dress for? It says this dress was for the Yazan, the king of Yemen. This was his dress. It's for sale. He bought it and he gave it gift to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And the Prophet weared this and they make khutbah Jum'ah in this dress. Just for those who say that the Prophet was dressing only jilbab, you have to dress. I'm just saying, I accept that. The Prophet has worn everything at his time. This was a Yemeni dress. It wasn't Quraysh dress. It wasn't the model in Saudi Arabia. It wasn't the fashion. It is actually Yemeni. The Prophet dressed the same dress. After the khutbah, Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam gave it as a gift to Usama ibn Zayd. You know Usama ibn Zayd. Zayd ibn Haritha was actually the slave of the Prophet who freed him. And actually he was actually son. Prophet said, adopted him. Zayd. Usama, 16 years old, is his son. Prophet ﷺ gave a gift to him. So Usama walked in the street with this dress of the king. So Sayyidina Hakim ibn Huzam, who gave it to the Prophet as a gift, he looked at him strangely, just for this look. This boy, 16 years old. He said to Hakim, why are you looking at that? I am better than the Yazan, the king of Yemen. And my father is better than his father, and my mother is better than his mother. 16 years old, son of ex-slave. Yeah? He recognized by his religion, by his deen, by his iman, he's better than the king of the Yemen. This is why Umar ibn al-Khattab radiallahu anhu is saying, نحن قوم أعزنا الله بالإسلام. فإن ابتغينا العزة في غيره أذلنا الله. We are having the izzah, the dignity, the pride because we belong to this religion. If we try to seek actually any izzah, any dignity, any pride in anything else, we will be in zillah, inferior. And this is what we try to prove. It's not we are superior because we are living in the UK or British or because you are earning whatever or work as whatever. It's just because of your ties to Allah Azza wa Jalla. You have to feel this. You have to be proud with your religion. Your religion is the religion that will never ever change what is haram to halal. It will never change the concept. If in any nation tomorrow they recognize for a man to marry an animal, at the moment it's not allowed. Who knows? Maybe in 20 years we will find legalization to allow that the man will marry an animal. God knows. Maybe. Everything is changed. People go to parliament, make legalization, majority vote, legalized. Make pressure on the church, allowed. Your religion doesn't have that. Your religion is one that looks after every single person in the community. Your religion actually doesn't ask any woman, widow, who's looking after children to work. And actually we have to support her as a community. This is your religion that has no racism in it. That doesn't actually change. Whatever your color, whatever your health, whatever your wealth, you are an individual, a true citizenship. This is the Islam. This is how we should have the relation and build the relation. So I feel proud of my religion. Don't feel this feel of inferior. You are with Allah Azza wa Jalla. Your task will be how to build your bridges with Allah Azza wa Jalla. Should be all of our work to do. This is our task and our concentration all the time. So please, build this izzah, this dignity, this pride for all of your family members. Musa alayhi salam was going alone to Fir'aun and all of the nation. And he's worried. Allah is saying, قُلْنَا لَا تَخَفْ إِنَّكَ أَنْتَ الْأَعْلَى. إِنَّكَ أَنْتَ الْأَعْلَى. You are the superior. Why? By Allah. By Allah. By the link of Allah. You have the strongest things and the strongest tie to who actually control everything in this dunya and the akhirah. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم. ادعوا الله وأنتم موقنون بالإجابة. الحمد لله كما ينبغي لجلال وجهه وعظيم سلطانه، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. اللهم اغفر للمسلمين والمسلمات والمؤمنين والمؤمنات الأحياء منهم والأموات. اللهم أعزنا بطاعتك، اللهم أعزنا بطاعتك، اللهم أعزنا بطاعتك، واستخدمنا في نصرة دينك، واجعلنا من عبادك المخلصين. اللهم أصلح لنا أزواجنا وأولادنا، وأصلحنا لأزواجنا وأولادنا، واجعل أحسن عمرنا خاتمة، وأحسن أيامنا يوم نلقاك، ومتعنا بالنظر إلى وجهك الكريم. اللهم سد دين المدينين، وارشدك وفرج كرب المكروبين، وانصر الإسلام وأعز المسلمين. عباد الله، إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى، وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي، يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. اذكروا الله يذكركم، واستغفروه يغفر لكم. وأقم الصلاة.